Robin.
No, one clap.
Just one.
Alright, let me do it.
Feel like clapping with it.
Welcome to the Texas Chainsaw Disco Podcast. I am your host, Sam.
Kai.
Markelle.
And I'm Tara.
Favorites. We're each gonna pick a favorite movie of ours. I'll start off. I said Zodiac. It's a movie by David Fincher. He's really famous for he did movies like Fight Club, Seven, Social Network, and Girl Dragon Tattoo recently. Zodiac is it's not like not known, but it's a movie that's rated a little bit lower than his other movies, and he does a thriller like no one else. He's like the king of the dark, intriguing, complex thriller. Yeah. And Zodiac is great. I was actually just listening to the soundtrack of that the other day. The Hurdy Gurdy Man song. I love that song. The cast is great. Jake Gyllenhaal's in there. Robert Downey Jr. is in there.
What's his song?
Yeah, he is.
He's in there. Mark Ruffalo's in there also. John Carroll Lynch, who's one of my favorite character actors, and he's one of those guys that you'll recognize, but people don't know his name. John Carroll Lynch is really good. Crimes.
Oh my gosh, is this about the Zodiac Killer?
Yeah.
He is this is going to sound so morbid, he is my favorite serial killer. He's so fascinating.
Well, you think he's the most interesting, right?
Yeah.
You don't go yay, yay serial killer.
No, boo serial killer.
You don't root for him. The Zodiac is a movie that I saw probably too young, I'll be honest. I saw the Zodiac when I was like 5 or 6 years old, I think. And there was one scene where Jake Gyllenhaal goes into a basement and he thinks the other guy's the killer, and it scared the crap out of me when I was like a little kid. And then when I went back to see this movie after having not seen it for probably like 8 or 10 years or something like that, I was waiting for that scene, and it didn't have nearly as much impact. It was a lot shorter than I remembered it, but it's still a really good scene. But that was a movie that I have kind of a personal connection to because I saw it at an age where it was it really put an imprint on me. So that's my pick for favorite. Kai, what's yours?
I like The Godfather, because who the hell doesn't? Well,
I haven't seen Godfather 2. I've seen the first one.
As long as you've seen one of them.
I hear the second one's actually better.
It is. I believe it or
That's
not.
not your pick, though.
Well, because I like originality.
Okay.
Boom, blows your mind.
Markelle, your pick, one of your favorite movies.
One of my favorite movies is The Heat, directed by Michael Mann. And I really like this movie. I love gangster type of movies. And I just like how it's. I just like the story behind it. You know, cop trying to get the
cops
bank
and robbers.
Yeah, cops and robbers and stuff. I used to love that as a kid. That show was dope. I like how it's shot too. Like how you feel like you with the cops. How you see you surveilling the actors from a long distance. Mm-hmm. And one of my favorite scenes of all time is the dialogue between
Pacino and De Niro.
Yeah, Pacino and De Niro in the diner, and that was just like a mafia. That was just like a mafia police. Mm-hmm.
There was such a build up to that scene, even outside the movie, though, because of Pacino and De Niro being two of the heavyweights in the acting room. Them finally coming head to head. Yeah, and the atmosphere they just portrayed while they was giving the dialogue was so intense. I was really into it, and the end result was very great for me. So yeah, I like it. It's a great movie. It's got that the classic the shootout scene. The actual shootout is one of the best shootouts ever filmed because it's the most real. You know all about the behind the scenes of it, right? How they actually got all the people playing police in the movies. They put them through actual police training camps. And had them learn how police would deal with the situation. They built life-size models of the whole bank and the street and where the shootout happens, and they had them do it with real guns and live ammunition. Most definitely the most for real shooting at targets. And then they got the people playing the robbers. Michael Mann found real bank robbers that got away, never got caught, and got them to train De Niro and Val Kilmer and the other robbers. So they knew it. And then the actors and the cops and the robbers trained separately, and then they didn't actually interact, I don't think, until they were on actual set together. That's just really good detailed filmmaking right there, and it gets you such a good scene. Getting realistic stuff for your actors and stuff like that, having them study from. We see they know what they're doing. It makes it much more intense. You can tell there's no CG. There isn't even any sound editing done in that scene because they used real blanks, and then he loved the sound that they made in the city, so he kept that. It's all completely authentic. Because of what's his name?
De Niro performance was amazing in that movie. I really believe like he robbed like people like for life.
I'm gonna have to go with The Breakfast Club with this one. It's a classic.
Not gonna lie, that's just one of those movies that I know all about, but I have never seen.
Yeah. You know what? I felt that way about Star Wars for a really, really long time, and I finally watched Star Wars over Christmas break.
That's how I feel about like Rocky.
Exactly.
Like you just know so much about it, you feel like you watch it. Like you can talk about it, but you've never seen it. You should watch it. It's really good. I like feel good movies. When we're talking about your favorite movie, like I've said before, feel good movies is what I would call my favorite kind of movie. And it's just the music. I love the music in it. I think the way the characters interact is just, it's enjoyable to watch. Yeah.
I really like the filmmaker John Hughes. He was a classic of like the 80s and 90s. Like
I like 80s. I like 80s movies.
I gotta say though, I like some of John Hughes's other movies more than The Breakfast Club. Like I prefer Ferris Bueller's Day Off is probably my favorite by him.
Oh my god!
But he also did like Home Alone and Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, and I like all of those. Yeah. He's a really good filmmaker. You know, he people thought he stopped making movies, and it turns out he was using a pseudonym. There's a guy if you look up I think it's Edmond Dantes. Or something like that. I think that's what the name is, Edmond Dantes. That's John Hughes. Okay, so our next segment is there's a particular script that I want to talk to you guys about. This is a movie that didn't happen, a movie that didn't come into existence, but it would have been really cool if it did. Okay, so Markelle, I know you know Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds.
Yeah.
Right? I'm guessing you two probably don't know Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds because I know
I know Nicolas Cage in the backseat.
Different person and different location. But Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, he's one of like the most just crazy, badass, weird musicians ever. He makes really good music, I think. Anyway, he's one of my favorite musicians. But he also does scores for movies, and he's also written a few movies. He wrote a Western called The Proposition, and it won a bunch of awards and everything. And he got approached. He's from Australia. And there's like this joke that like every famous person from Australia knows every other famous person from Australia like personally. And he's like, yeah, that's true, because like he knows Russell Crowe, I guess. So Russell Crowe was in The Gladiator, right? Or just Gladiator, not that Gladiator.
Oh yeah.
And he knows Nick Cave, and they live their families know each other and stuff. He asked Nick Cave to write him a sequel to Gladiator that he could star in, right? And Nick Cave was like, well, why would I do that? And Russell Crowe was like, just do it. Like, it'll make me happy. And Nick Cave goes, don't you die at the end of Gladiator? How am I going to write you a sequel? And he goes, you'll figure it out. So Nick Cave, and all his, like, existential weirdness, writes this script for Gladiator 2. And the way he gets around the death thing is he has Russell Crowe's character in the Gladiator, which is, like, Maximus Decimus Meridius or something. He has him... be like blessed by the gods and granted eternal life. So what happens is Maximus's son thinks that he's dead, and he goes and like joins an army. Like he gets kidnapped and forced to be in this army, whatever. And then it's Maximus Decimus Meridius trying to get his son back, except he's granted eternal life. So basically you see the Gladiator in what's described as a 12-minute montage sequence, or a 20-minute montage sequence probably, where the character fights through every war in history. So he starts off in like the ancient Greek and Roman times fighting in wars, and then it goes up like through the Civil War and through Vietnam, and he's in like every battle.
So what, this next Gladiator movie is supposed to take place like in the modern day?
Yeah, and it goes all the way up to like the Iraq War.
That actually reminds me of a book I'm currently reading. It's called Cases or something like that, and it's about this Roman soldier who was there when Jesus died, and he's the one who speared him with the spear, and some of Jesus' blood came down on his hand, and he licked it, and Jesus said, "You'll live forever until I come back," and the story start out with him being in Vietnam, and doctors find him with shrapnel in his head, but it's getting healed as they observing him. So basically the whole story is about how this doctor is getting getting stories from him about how he lived through all this time, like fighting Nazis and stuff like that, and start being all the greatest warriors through history, through that. We're just waiting for Jesus to come back. So yeah,
that sounds really interesting.
Yeah, it sounds like kind of just like that story though.
And you were speaking of Jesus there. Jesus is in Nick Cave's script too.
Are you serious?
And the Gladiator kills Jesus Christ. He wanted the movie to be called Gladiator 2 Christ Killer.
Oh my gosh.
That was the full title. He wanted it to be called Gladiator 2 Christ Killer.
I see why it didn't go through.
And he wrote that script and he gave it to Russell Crowe, and Russell Crowe went, what the hell is this shit?
I will freaking watch that. The book is...
I would love to see that. It would be weird as hell. I would watch the hell out of that movie.
Speaking of unmade movies, have you guys ever heard of Dune?
Yes.
Yeah, Hodorowski's Dune.
I don't want to talk about this
really?
one. We had to talk about this one in one of the classes.
Yeah, we did.
And let me tell you, that movie, I'm glad it did not become a thing. I'm glad Star Wars took it, because that thing was garbage.
The documentary they did on it was garbage.
No, the whole idea was garbage.
Good, yeah, the documentary was good.
I thought the whole thing was garbage.
I didn't like the documentary. It was also like half foreign, so I couldn't understand most of it.
I thought it was interesting.
Like even with the subtitles, every time subtitles come on, I have to pause the movie.
Hodorowski's Dune is really interesting though. It's by it was a movie that would be done by Alejandro Jodorowsky, who is a filmmaker that I find so interesting.
Yeah, his ideas was really
his movies
out
are
there.
Like one of the most like just creative people. Even when his ideas are just weird and maybe seemingly random, they're fascinating. I think he's a fascinating person, and it was cool to see him in the documentary. But even just the movie that he was doing, all the people that came together, that's a movie I'd recommend is the documentary, or just his other work. But segueing into our next, not even segueing, just moving on. Our next segment is going to be on Netflix original content. So just anything made for Netflix, both the movies and TV shows. There aren't a whole lot of movies.
They have documentaries, movies, TV shows.
They only have a couple movies so far. One's coming out very soon. It might be up by the time you see this podcast. It probably will be up by the time you see this podcast. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, Story of Destiny. Which I'm kind of hyped for. I do have some hesitations about it. Have you seen the original Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon?
Yes, I did.
So obviously there's no Chow Yun-fat in the new Netflix one, but they got Donnie Yen. And Donnie Yen, he's, I guess, a little lesser known than Chow Yun-fat, but Donnie Yen is equally badass. Tiger, Hidden Dragon, Sword of Destiny, the one big complaint I have about it, from what I've seen so far, is that it's in English, and it doesn't make sense because the original's in Cantonese.
You know,
and it doesn't make any sense because it's all the same characters, just suddenly they're speaking English, and I think that's kind of bullshit. It's just because they want more people to watch it, and they know some people can't do subtitles, but I feel like it kind of hurts the artistic merit of the movie.
Do you
want to just list them off rapid fire, and if there's one we've seen, we'll talk about it?
Sense8. I saw the first episode of it. I slept halfway through it because I was exhausted.
It is amazing.
I keep hearing that.
Definitely watch it. Definitely watch it.
As soon as I watched it, I binged it.
Really?
I binged the whole season.
Hey, Bloodline.
I'll try it again, but when I first watched
the second episode is what got me.
The editing threw me way off. I hated the way it was edited.
I see what you mean, yo. Just watch it through, like you said.
I'll try it again. I'll watch it again.
Because the first one got me too. The first episode.
It's what got me.
Yeah.
Hey, Bloodline.
Bloodline I've seen. Not all of it, because it's really slow, isn't it? Not a whole lot happens. Like, stuff happens at the beginning of the episode and at the end of the episode and in the middle. It's just people sitting around like late at night, and they're not even having conversations. They're just sitting there.
Which one is Bloodline again? Just to make sure, because
Bloodline's the poster's like the boat on fire, and it's about the Rayburn family.
No, I haven't seen that one.
When the black sheep of a son of a respected family threatens to expose dark secrets from their past. Hey, The Fall.
The Fall, I've watched. I think it's 2 seasons. I think I saw the first season. That one's like a serial killer mystery sort of show. It's got a very British feel, even though which I guess it is British, but like it stars Gillian Anderson from the X-Files, and she's not British, but they have her in it, and she's like doing a British accent, and it's not that good actually, her accent. But the show was interesting enough. I did get kind of bored of it, and I didn't finish it because there was better stuff to watch even on Netflix. But I'd probably go back to it. It was fine.
Jessica Jones.
If you're a Marvel fan, watch it. Yo, it's dope. It's really good.
What I've seen was good. I haven't finished it. Yeah. What I've seen was really good.
What I've seen, I enjoyed.
Yeah, I like it visual wise.
It was a good follow-up to Daredevil. Daredevil, I really
Daredevil season.
Daredevil. The Punisher is my favorite character.
Dude, and they got Shane from Walking Dead playing it.
I don't know if he's a good choice.
I think
I'm sure he's fine, but I think there's better choices.
Once I saw Fury, I know there's better choices, but once I saw Fury, I was like, yeah, he got it. He definitely got it.
I hated his character in Walking Dead. He was.
Me too.
Everyone did.
Me too.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
I know people who liked him like a lot and really missed his character.
Walking Dead.
I hated him though.
Yeah, no.
That's the whole point. You wanted to hate him, like the government.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I didn't hate him I did hate him as a character, but I hated him from I thought he was really poorly written.
Oh, you thought
that's what I meant. Yeah. I don't think he's well written at all. I think he's a really poorly written character.
Yeah. Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. Love it, love it, love it. It is hilarious. I love Tina Fey and Amy Poehler, and they are both in this, or maybe sounds just like Tina Fey. But I think Tina Fey helped write it and stuff.
Yeah, she's the creator of that show.
Oh, she's the creator. Mm-hmm. Well, it's really funny. It's about this girl who is trapped underground she's kidnapped, trapped underground, and the guy who trapped her said the world was destroyed, and they made her follow this religion with Jeebus and Gob, and it's just really funny. And then they break free, and she moves to New York.
The thing is, that's only what it's about for like 10 minutes, and then it's not about that anymore.
Well, no, it's about that because it goes back to it because they have a trial and stuff.
I mean, I watched like 4 episodes, and after they left it, it didn't really factor in at all outside of her character being like a
oh, yo, that's my MILF.
I gotta say, I didn't really like Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
You gotta watch the whole. I thought it was really funny.
I didn't like the lead. I don't like the main girl. I've seen her in other stuff, and I've liked her. I don't like her in this. Honestly, I found her too annoying to be funny.
Can guys be MILFs? Sounds
House
terrible.
of Cards. I hear
House of Cards is.
I stopped watching it.
It's pretty good.
My parents watched it.
The only thing I like about that show is the guy. Like
the third season, the third season kind of.
Yeah, it got real weird.
Yeah, it kind of jumped the shark a little bit, and Kevin Spacey's really good though.
Yeah, definitely.
I really like the fourth wall breaking. They do the Malcolm in the Middle fourth wall.
I love fourth wall breaking. It's one of my favorite cinematic.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta watch that show.
Brogaya, Borgia.
What?
I don't know.
Oh, what, Borgia?
Yeah.
Borgia, that's a weird one because there's already a show about the Borgias. Borgias were like an Italian family. They're the Pope family, right? Yeah, so there was already a show about them.
Yeah,
and then Netflix
I think the one you're thinking about.
There's The Borgias, and then there's Borgia.
Yeah, I would watch those, but there's 2 other shows that remind me, like, there's basically 4 shows that are super similar. And, Borgia and The Borgia are...
And The Tudors.
Yeah, The Tudors and then Rain.
I think my mom watched The Tudors.
All four of those are basically the same show.
And Marco Polo.
I didn't like that one.
I gotta start watching that again because I came at it at a wrong way.
Yeah, me too. I'm gonna try it again also because I didn't like it.
It looks good,
but it wasn't what I thought it was. Right. And I was just I was just in the wrong mindset, I think. So I'm gonna try it again. Narcos is great.
Oh yes, yeah,
it's
really
good. Dude. I gotta find time to watch the rest of it, but what I've seen was amazing.
Yes,
it was
my foreign friends.
It was like Scarface.
Dude, oh my gosh, yo,
it was really.
Yeah, they really going deep into the lives of.
It's Pablo Escobar is the main bad guy, but then you have Luis Guzman playing a really terrifying villain. Yeah, the main guy, I thought he would be bad at first, but then he turned out to be really cool.
Real, I was surprised too. I was like, oh my,
I was like, who's this? Who's the one dorky white guy? I don't want to watch him.
Exactly.
Why is there one white guy and everyone else is speaking Spanish? But then he surprised you. There's one blonde white guy with a porno mustache. I'm like, this guy can't be cool.
I don't trust guys with porno mustaches.
Cool. And he's got a really cool voice. He's got a badass narration. I'm like, well, there you go. You showed me Netflix. Good job.
You got it.
The square.
I prefer triangles.
Okay, cool. Me too.
Trapezoids.
Hemlock Grove.
I wanted to watch
Hemlock Grove. I did not like it at all. I thought, I hated it.
What was it? What about
was
it like Supernatural?
It's a Twin Peaks ripoff, actually.
Oh, is it?
Kind of. Just it's basically they've ripped off Twin Peaks and then also ripped off Supernatural. Or it's basically inspired by Supernatural, but ripping off Twin Peaks.
I don't know. I haven't.
But then it's by Eli Roth, who I like. Eli Roth is he's an okay guy. He's a pretty good actor sometimes. I don't really like him as a filmmaker very much. And he did this show, and it's just the tones of it were so off. You have some really bad acting in it, I'll be honest. And then the storylines are really kind of convoluted. And just like it's got supernatural stuff, like just to have supernatural stuff. Like the main guy's like a werewolf, and then you have like the whole Twilight dynamic for like no reason. And then it's just because it's Eli Roth, it's like really weird, unnecessary.
Like Twilight
gore.
Zone or like Twilight.
No, like Twilight, like the love story.
Hey, I'm sparkling.
Yeah, like it's awful. But then it's trying to be like really dark and serious other times. But then like in the first episode, right? Like because it's Eli Roth, so it's got this really weird, unnecessary gore in it. Yeah. So like a girl's being attacked by like something off screen, like you assume it's like a werewolf or something, and she's being pulled into like a doghouse or a dollhouse or something like that.
That was hot.
Yeah. And she grabs out of the outside and you see like her fingernails like rip off. And it's like super gory, but it's kind of like a clash of tones because the rest of the show is like so cheesy and goofy, but I don't think it's supposed to be. So it just kind of fails on all fronts.
I thought it was just like inspired by Supernatural. Is that why I watched it?
Well, it definitely is a little bit.
Yeah, because
one thing.
Did you watch it?
No, I watched. Like, I saw the description and then I went back to Supernatural.
I have mixed ideas about that show. The one thing I did like a lot, though, was the werewolf transformation. It looks so painful, but pretty realistic.
Making a Murderer.
Oh my god, that was the best
This one
documentary.
we could talk about for a long time.
Yeah, if you like criminal and crime and trying to...
I know, I'm trying to get into it. I have to finish a few other things.
Basically, for anyone who doesn't know, which I'm so much
I gotta do my grocery
it's a documentary about the Stephen Avery case. Stephen Avery was this guy who... got accused of these crimes, and basically like the town sort of conspired against him and got him arrested for a crime that the documentary is saying he didn't commit. It was like a raping someone and then also a murder. But the problem I have with it is that like the documentary is doing all this in his favor and everything, and it's a well-made documentary.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But then it turns out he actually probably did do it. Like in real life, that's what they're saying now. Like I've done research since it's coming out. All of these facts are coming out. Like people in the documentary, like his wife was interviewed, or maybe it's his ex-wife now. She was interviewed and she said all these positive things about him and all this. And now, since the documentary's come out, and it's because this documentary was filmed like 10 years ago and it just came out now. Now that the documentary's out, she's gone public and interviewed by news people saying that Stephen Avery forced her to lie in the documentary.
Well, here's
that he like threatened her and was threatening to kill her, and that if he made her lie, and if she didn't, he would have like beat the shit out of her. And she said that she like took pills so she would be taken to the hospital to get away from him and all this stuff.
Here's what I think. I think we need new, cool serial killers. New, cool serial killers. That's what we need.
I don't think.
No, we do not need this.
I think we need a plague.
Have you guys heard of Happy Valley?
Happy Valley's great. Happy Valley's really, really good.
I haven't seen it.
Is it happy, or is it like Happy Tree Friends? Because that shit was not.
No,
happy.
It's not happy. Happy Valley is actually, it's a really dark, like British murder mystery. Netflix has done a few of these where they work at the same time with the BBC as they're making their original content. So it actually premiered on the BBC, and there's a second season on the BBC that will later be put on Netflix. Like it's already premiered over in England. And the thing is, it's a British cop drama, which they have a lot of those, and a lot of them are really good. Like it's amazing how many good cop dramas they have. It's basically the show about this woman who's a cop. She's pretty high up in the police force, and her daughter got like raped, and then she ended up having the child of the rape victim. And she's basically taking care of this kid and trying to catch the criminal who originally did it at the same time. And then it's got all these crazy twists, and it's full of great acting. It's really short, too. It's like 6 episodes or something. Definitely worth watching. It's really, really good.
Anime.
Wait, Knights of Sidonia is an anime. Yeah, it's a good one. I watched that one. It's Knights of Sidonia. That is a very good anime.
It is?
Oh, yes. And oh my god, the theme song itself gets me boners.
Multiple?
All 3 of them.
Orange is the New Black.
I like that show.
I love it.
I think it's awesome.
I've only seen the first season.
I don't know many like male people who know it. Like it's a show that I only seem to.
My boyfriend
I mostly
watch
just know like girls who watch the show.
Yeah. I came across it when I was in
Olive Garden. I love the show. I think it's great. It's kind of front loaded with like
anxiety.
Something that's it's a little hard to get through the first.
What is it about?
I honestly I didn't like it for the first like maybe 10 minutes. I thought it was gonna be bad, and then I started watching it. I ended up watching like the whole first season in one sitting when it came out. It's great. It's about women in prison basically, and it's just great because it's so well written and it's a really big ensemble cast. But it's one of the few shows where every single character is flushed out enough that they could be the main character. Like the main character at first is actually the most boring person, but then she develops and becomes more interesting.
Cannot stand her.
Watching that show makes me want to make soap.
But what? Anyway, the thing that they do, right, is each episode, the storyline in the prison is intercut with flashbacks to one person who got into prison, how they got into prison.
And how they got in like some of their
so
past.
it makes each character fully developed.
You know, I like not crazy eyes. Who was the Jesus girl?
Oh, Penn.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, yeah.
I really liked that.
I loved her freaking backstory.
Yeah,
it was freaking. It was hilarious.
Yes, because
I really like
the
her
reason why
voice. I think she's got a really cool voice.
I understand what you're talking about. It's good. All right, Master of None, a New York.
It's Aziz Ansari's show, right?
Yes, it is.
I'm not really a fan of him. But I'll give the show a shot.
Me and Lucas saw that one time and like.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was kind of like dry comedy. It was like he you know.
I really like him in Parks and Rec.
I just started watching Parks and Rec.
Yeah, Parks and Rec.
Okay,
and I do like it. Yeah.
Is it like
Daredevil?
Daredevil is great.
Boy!
We already talked about it.
We already talked about this.
But Daredevil is really good.
We know it's amazing.
I want to say the Kingpin, Vincent D'Onofrio, was so good.
I didn't see Daredevil.
He was so good. Vincent D'Onofrio really, like the character was like, it was well written, but Vincent D'Onofrio like took what was there and made it so much better.
Transformed to something.
He really elevated that show.
That's the Kingpin from the comic books right there. I swear.
Peaky Blinders.
That show I have such conflicted opinions on. That's one of the other shows that Netflix did with BBC. It actually, like, there were 2 seasons on the BBC before Netflix.
There are 2 seasons on Netflix.
Yeah, there are 2 now. I think there's 3 in BBC now. But I know that there were 2 on BBC. That's the thing. Like, it has so much potential, and sometimes it's good, right? Because it stars oh god, what's his name? Cillian Murphy, who's a really good actor. And he's in the lead, and he's really cool. And the show's got a really great style. Peaky Blinders are they're a gang of like English hooligans, and it's got such a great style because like the cinematography is great. The locations are really cool because like part of this like town they're in is like a smelting plant, so it's just like explosions of fire when they're walking on the street, and it looks really cool. And it's got great music. Nick Cave in the Bad Seeds, Red Right Hand, their song is the theme song. I love that band. All the music's great. There's a lot of music from like the White Stripes, and Royal Blood has a song in there, which is awesome.
And I just like recently discovered Royal Blood.
Yeah, I've shown you a couple of their songs. Yeah. The soundtrack it's worth watching the show just for the soundtrack because basically what you get is you get like a couple of cool music videos per episode at least because you get the cool visuals and you get the music. Nice. The actual show isn't that great. Because it's got this annoying habit of ramping up, building this crescendo, and then nothing happening. It'll play badass music. The whole gang has got their guns out. They walk down the street, and you're like, it's about to go down.
It's about to
And then they just go inside, and they just like drink some tea, and then nothing happens. It sucks. They build up to like this act of violence, and then nothing. Even a tiny spoiler here: the end of the first season. I won't give any specifics. The end of the first season,
I'll definitely watch it.
There's like one bad guy, and the bad guy has his whole huge gang. And the Peaky Blinders, they got their gang, and they meet in the street. And the Peaky Blinders have machine guns, like from like World War I machine guns that they found in like a coffin. And they have those, and they're lined up. Peaky Blinders, this other gang, and they're lined up face to face. They're like 10 feet apart, and they all pointing guns at each other. And then you know what happens? They play the badass music. They build up to that point, and then one guy gets shot in the arm, one guy gets shot in the face, and then everyone goes, "Wait, let's not fight. Let's just move along."
Are you serious?
Yeah. And then it doesn't happen. It pissed me off so much.
Funny.
Oh man,
that's so horrible.
It's like blue balls and TV.
It sounds like
Lilyhammer.
Oh, Lilyhammer. That show I actually really like. That one I don't hear talked about when people talk about Netflix originals. It was actually, I think it was the first Netflix original show.
It looks like something from Matrix.
No.
After testifying against the mafia, ex-gangster Frank Tagliano, enters witness protection and asked to be sent to Norway.
Yeah, so it's basically about like a New York City gangster who's played by I can't remember the guy's name, but he was on The Sopranos. Gus Van Sant or something Van Sant. I think it's not Gus Van Sant. It's Steven Van Sant, I think, something like that. He was on The Sopranos. He was one of the supporting characters, so he's like well versed in the gangster like character. He's like a New York cop. He goes to Norway, and then it's basically about him like setting up a new mafia in Norway in like a quiet little snowy town. And I gotta give the show credit because it actually is spoken a lot in the actual language of Norway. Like you have Steven Van Sant, if that is his name, speaking English, and then you have the other characters, and then they communicate. So it's kind of cool because you actually have, and it's produced in Norway also. It's not like made in America and they just accept it. Okay. They make it over in Norway. It stars a bunch of actors who are Norwegian. Okay. And then they're speaking Norwegian, and so you gotta give it to them for authenticity there. And it's a really good show. the first season to the second season changes dramatically. The first season's like a weird episodic like thriller drama. Second season's a straight up like gangster comedy, and so is the third season. So they've really shifted in the off season. But I'd recommend Lilyhammer quite a bit.
You think good screenwriting?
Yeah, really good writing. It's very funny too.
All right, The Killing.
The Killing is like so close to being really good.
It's so close to being
It's got a cool noir style. Like it's always raining, and it's very gray and it's drab, and it's got,
sounds like Ohio.
It's got almost noir, but not really. But it's like a really good thriller, like crime thriller. The problem with The Killing is that it should have been one season, and instead they did 4. So what they do is like there's like one murder, and then like you're trying to figure out who the murderer is, and then it's basically just like a bunch of misdirection. They're like, this person's the murderer. Oh no, it's not. This guy's the murderer. No, it's not. This guy's just over and over again, and it gets kind of ridiculous and convoluted.
Beast of No Nation.
That movie's great. That's a movie that's one of that was the first Netflix movie I think starring Idris Elba. It's directed by Cary Joji Fukunaga. Cary Joji Fukunga, I think is his name. He's the guy who directed the first season of True Detective, and that got him the Prestige.
Awesome.
That show's fantastic. That movie is fantastic.
F is for Family.
That I watched.
I love that show. He says "fuck" every time, and it's hilarious.
Yeah, but why is that funny? That's basically all it has going for it. I like it because I liked the idea of it because it's Bill Burr, who's a comedian I really like. But I didn't like the show that much. It was really cliche. Like they do the thing where he's like, "Here, son, have your first sip of beer," and it's like not like that's supposed to be like a genuine dramatic moment. And like how played out is that? I don't know. I didn't like it that much. I'll watch more of it.
You're not made to watch cartoons.
Horsing Around.
Oh, that was a BoJack Horseman.
I hate BoJack Horseman.
Hey, The Ridiculous 6.
That's
Garbage.
a good movie.
No, it is not.
You're not a good nut.
You're joking, right?
I love that movie.
That's like the worst
Adam
movie.
Sandler's in
That's
it?
like the worst movie that came out last year.
All right, Arrested Development.
Fantastic. Netflix only did season 4, which is like the one that people consider weaker, which I thought a little bit too. You got to watch season 4 twice, otherwise it doesn't work. Arrested Development's a show that has a lot of hidden jokes and like jokes you only catch when you rewatch it throughout the first 3 seasons, but like it was still funny without that. Season 4 is like really banking on you watching it twice. Like if you don't watch it twice, it's not that good. If you watch it twice, it's actually like hilarious and really funny. So you got to see it twice.
Longmire.
That's a Netflix. I didn't even know that. I thought that was like an FX show.
It's
Longmire is just like a Justified wannabe. It's just a Justified knockoff. It's not good at all.
All right, this is Degrassi Next Class.
Stavros
would be like.
Love it.
Personally, I love Degrassi. Eli was my heart and soul.
Yo, TJ, rest in peace, TJ.
BoJack Horseman. So it's just another version of that.
BoJack Horseman is like. I like it enough. It's got good moments, but a lot of the jokes miss. I think a lot of the comedy doesn't land. I will give like the last episode or second to last episode of the first season was brilliant. It gets very, it breaks the fourth wall like hardcore and gets really interesting. And it's actually stronger dramatically than I think it is comedically, even though it's supposed to be like a sitcom.
Richie Rich, the TV series.
Garbage.
Now,
I mean, it looks like the worst thing. That's
like, have you? There's a movie originally.
Yeah, that was good.
Richie Rich
I like
thing.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was already a thing.
Yeah.
And then Netflix like remade it and got some.
Mitt.
Is that a baseball thing?
No.
Mitt
the
Romney.
real Mitt Romney.
Oh, I see.
Is revealed
I forgot Netflix
Jackie
said
Shades of
that. It's so funny that Netflix said that.
Project MC
he like strapped his dog to the roof of his car once.
Why?
How horrible is that? And the dog had like diarrhea and like shit all over the cars behind it. How horrible is that? I bet that wasn't in the documentary.
Brilliant.
Okay, Project MC Square, a teenage spy, Michaela. It's just honestly probably like a Nickelodeon Cartoon Network.
Yeah,
one of those.
Stuff.
And you know what? When we were younger, I feel that it was like good, like Lizzie McGuire. This stuff is
horrible.
Hey, I loved
horrible.
Agent Cody Banks.
Yeah, kids stuff.
Agent Cody Banks was good. That was in our.
And you know what? If I went back and watched it, I'd probably think it was a little stupid, but not as stupid as today's stuff.
No, if you go back and watch it, it'll be amazing
television has gotten
again.
Really bad.
Like watching that shit over again. Oh my god, it's so amazing.
I'm worried about like the new generation of children.
Yeah,
I feel like children's television might be making people dumber.
I think
I'm asexual.
Ricky Graham Various is Derek.
Ricky Gervais.
Yeah.
Derek is a show that like seems like it's probably really offensive, but people don't seem to be getting offended, so I guess it's okay. He plays like a mentally disabled person who works at a nursing home, and it's I'll admit there are moments that it was a little touching. I did watch the whole show, even though I didn't like it that much. I did watch the whole show, and there are moments that were kind of touching. But I don't think the comedy worked for the most part. He's trying to do the same like docudrama thing that he did with like The Office way back then, and that he did with other shows since then. And he needs to like find a new style.
Battered Bastards of Baseball.
I love the title, but I don't give a shit about baseball, so I'm not watching it.
Print the Legend. 3D printing is revolutionary in a whole new dimension. It's just a documentary on 3D printing, basically.
How it works.
It says the award-winning original documentary chronologues the race for.
You know, you can 3D print a gun. That's scary, isn't it?
You can 3D print Iron Man suit.
I know, but do you think that's scary? Like a working gun, like because you need a permit and everything.
Oh, it's a working gun?
Yeah, like you can print a gun that will fire 3D printed bullets, and it can kill people. Like that's kind of scary.
What?
Now you don't need to buy a gun. Now you can just buy a 3D printer, and then it's given. Yeah, and then like a crime organization, they need one 3D printer. They can print all their guns.
Exactly.
That seems like it'd be dangerous.
I really have to pee. That's why I'm like wiggling.
I do too, actually.
All right, why don't we pause this and like take
we'll pause.
Yeah, because my butt hurt.
Group pee break.
Thank God. I'm gonna go use this.
Dude, my butt
We'll be right back after these messages.
Mr. Peabody and Sherman Show.
Ew.
It's a show based off of With Bob and David.
That show was pretty good. It's from Mr. Show. They had a show back on HBO.
We saw
That's the guy who's Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
He
used
so funny.
to be
I
a
like
comedian
it.
before he did Better Call Saul.
Pop
That show was really funny.
Yeah.
It's only like 5 episodes or something.
Yeah,
and
it's
the
really
5th
funny.
episode is just like a behind the scenes making of, so it's really short.
Yeah,
but it's very funny.
A Very Merry Christmas.
Terrible, horrible, garbage. I talked about this on the podcast before.
But apparently it reminds you how much talent Miley Cyrus ever really had. Like I've seen a clip of it where Miley Cyrus is singing, and that was good.
You gotta say though, it's pretty sad when the highlight is Miley Cyrus.
Pompidou.
That's so weird. It's like supposed to be a kids show, but it's like
it's horror. This dog is horrifying.
Well, so is the guy. He's got like it's the guy from Little Britain, Matt Lucas or whatever.
He's horrifying. He's
this
drawn on
British guy.
freaking.
And it's weird because it's one of those shows where they speak like a fake language. You remember like Teletubbies or whatever? They talk, but they just talk like gibberish. Except sometimes they like slip in real words, and it's really confusing.
Love. This is a new one.
Oh yeah, I just started watching it. It's pretty good so far.
What is it about?
It's Judd Apatow created it. It's Gillian Jacobs from Community. I don't know if you've watched Community.
Yeah, I watched Community.
Yeah, it's her. I don't know who the guy is, but it's Judd Apatow, and it's pretty funny, and it's also like it's a very honest show. We're going into our last segment here is movie trivia, and Kai here is our trivia master. What?
There's more.
Oh, there are.
Fuller House.
Fuck the shows.
Oh, Fuller House. No.
Fuller House.
Oh God, no.
I hated Full House.
These might
me too. It's a bad show.
Yeah,
it's all bad.
No,
You're bad.
Full House is good. All right.
So now our last segment of the episode is movie trivia. Kai here is our trivia master. He's going to be reading us some trivia questions.
This went wrong the first time.
No, I won't do that. I won't do that.
Swallow. Like we learned. Come on. I don't want this.
You can't reach.
No.
I feel like I've been violated.
Right, though?
You're just going to read 5 cards and see who's...
Yes, we're going to read 5 cards and
make sure you keep score. Though.
First person to answer the question correctly gets the point. All right, first category. Potluck. You ready? All right. First question. Will McAvoy, also known as Jeff Daniels, is the anchorman and managing... New role. Let me finish the question so the people can know it.
Okay. Yeah, play along at home.
All right. Let's try this again. Faster and Furiouser. First question. Who plays ex-con street racing king Dominic in the Fast and the Furious?
Vin Diesel.
What?
Sam gets that one.
What the fuck, man?
Stop talking during the question.
Man, fuck y'all.
Second question. Which star of TV's Lost plays Dom's racer girlfriend, Letty?
Michelle Rodriguez.
I don't know. I can't.
Sam's got that one.
I don't know her name.
Where is the high-speed drifting third installment in the Fast and Furious series
Tokyo.
set? Markel's got that one.
I was just waiting for you.
Last question of this one. What's the name of Furious film number 2?
Number 2 is Too Furious.
That's a tough one.
That's me.
Alright.
This is a tiebreaker. Rock, paper, scissors. Go.
Alright, are we doing rock, paper, scissors, shoot or rock, paper, scissors?
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Rock, paper, scissors,
shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock,
paper, scissors, shoot. Yep.
All right.
Nah.
That's that point.
Markelle gets the point.
Don't worry. This one will help. Sexy cities. Are we ready? First question. Paul and Jean, or Jeanne, whatever, do a bit more than dance in the romantic drama Last Tango in
Paris.
All right, Sam.
Stop calling my name.
Valerie Bertinelli, Wendy Malick, and Betty White are hot. In what Midwestern city?
Golden Girls.
Is it, no, is
Wrong.
Is it Chicago?
Fuck.
Wrong.
Illinois.
Wrong.
In Cleveland is what it is.
That is correct.
Damn it.
I got it. I guess they're wrong first.
All right. Third question. Set in Gulf Haven, Florida, Courtney Cox. Clarence about dating younger men in what hit TBS show?
Town?
Correct.
Fuck, man.
In what city did Sharon Stone display more than her basic instincts in Detective Michael Douglas?
Oh, what city in that movie?
Yes, what city?
I have no idea.
Ain't doing nothing.
Seattle?
I don't know.
The
I'm
real
really
answer
bad at trivia.
is San Francisco.
That makes sense.
Independence Day.
I got this.
I haven't even seen that.
First question.
Forever.
Who stars as the cocky pilot
Will
hero who
Smith.
battles the aliens?
Let him finish.
Who is it?
You
Will
were
Smith.
interrupting.
Will Smith? You
I
get
gotta
that
interrupt
question.
it before you do.
No, I didn't want to interrupt it. I knew it.
All right. What actor flies into action when he discovers the timing of the impending alien attack?
The dude from Jurassic Park.
Jeff Goldblum.
Correct.
I don't know his name.
What Spaceballs actor plays Independence Day's president and pilot Thomas J. Whitmore?
Bill Pullman.
Correct.
I don't know his name.
Name the top secret extraterrestrial investigation zone where Will Smith drags an injured alien.
Don't know that one.
Area 45. 51.
Correct. 51, not 45.
Area 45, y'all.
Area 45 is top secret. We don't talk about that one. All right. Next one is Baldies. Sound guy should know this one. All right.
What?
First question.
Talking shit.
Pretending he's bald or something? What?
First question. Who went all chrome dome as Gandhi and stayed that way for Schindler's List and Sexy Beast?
Ben Kingsley.
Correct. Second question. Who wigged out in Pulp Fiction, then showed some skin in Shaft? Jackie Brown and A Time to Kill.
Jackson.
What was it?
Samuel L. Jackson.
We're going to cancel that question now because I was interrupted. Which Baldy is known for his portrayal of hard man John McClane?
Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis.
Correct.
I didn't think you were finished. I waited a second there.
Which bald actor put in a 4-star performance in the action movie The Fast and the Furious?
Vin Diesel. I'm about to say Dominic Toretto. You gotta get me in.
I'm going to give that one to Markelle.
Well, he didn't even say the right
Shut
name.
the fuck up. Damn, Sam.
Last question. Bonus round, because I lost track what card we were on. All right. This category is Walk the Line.
I haven't seen that one.
First question. What dark-clad music legend is the subject of this biopic?
Johnny Cash.
Correct. Second question. Who plays country music's man in black?
Blake Shelton.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Correct, Sam.
To hell.
Third question. Which actress won the Best Actress Oscar for her turn as Cash's musical Mrs. June Carter?
Beyonce.
Wrong. The hell? 3, 2,
I don't know.
1.
Rachel McAdams.
No, Reese Witherspoon.
Reese Witherspoon.
Last and final question of the game. Whoever wins this question wins the game. Because fuck the points.
Oh, shit.
After turning him down many times, where did June finally accept Johnny's marriage proposal?
On the beach on the left side of the coast of Africa.
Markelle is wrong entirely.
Okay.
This is fun.
Freedom Land.
No.
Everyone loses.
The answer is on stage. I win.
Bull.
I am good at this game. Fuck all of you. That is all for the podcast.
That is it for today's episode of the Texas Chainsaw Disco Podcast.
check
Texas Chainsaw Disco
channel if you want to hear.
Say that 10 times fast.
Texas Chainsaw Disco Podcast. Texas Chainsaw Disco. Fuck y'all. Fuck y'all.
You can say it once.
Oh, bye.
Cut.
Bye.
Bye, Deborah.
Deborah.
Deborah.